This is so surreal. I can't believe we're leaving Bangkok. We're leaving Thailand after almost 5 years. It's the last time I just put the AC off. Goodbye, house.
We'll come back.
We'll be back. Thank you for everything, Mom. Seriously, thank you for everything.
Wish you one.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
Thank you for helping with everything too.
Thank you.
We'll be back, I'm sure, one day.
Give me a big hug.
Bye guys. You guys ready? Let's do it, Midi. Let's go, guys. Okay. Thank you. Whew. What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video today. This is a really sad and exciting one. So we have officially left Thailand just a few hours ago. We're at Seoul, Korea right now. We're doing a 3-hour layover roughly, and then we're gonna be heading to the United States. Now this video is much different. I wanna reflect back on some of my top memories in the last 4.5 years since I left my 9-to-5 job to pursue full-time content creation and travel. In that meantime, I found my family. We have a beautiful family now. We have a couple kids, and now moving officially back to Michigan, where I grew up in for the first 25 years of my life, where my parents were at, let's say. So as I mentioned, the last 4.5 years has been absolutely amazing, unexpected, incredible, and that's kind of what you expect, especially when you quit your job to travel the world and meet new people, meet brand new people, and explore. Meeting Rachael pretty quick into my Thailand journey, and it was, you can say, history from there. We have 2 beautiful children, so Rachael had Midi before me, and now we have Oliver, and they're gonna be starting their life back in Michigan in about 15, 16 hours when we officially arrive there, and Midi will be starting school on January 4th, and yeah, really, really excited, emotional, because I love Thailand, absolutely love Southeast Asia, as I'm sure you guys know, and a lot of you guys will be missing the Southeast Asia content, but a lot of new content to come. It is super bittersweet. Thailand has been my favorite place that I have ever lived in, and I definitely see myself going back there still many times, and eventually maybe living there again one day. Now we're leaving in about 2.5 hours to board our flight. It's gonna be a 13-hour flight back to Michigan, and I kinda wanna take this moment to reflect on my top, let's say, 4 or 5 most favorite memories in the last 4.5 years. I don't know if she's too loud or not, but so just going through my memories, some of my favorite memories over the last 5 years. Let's say the first one off the top of my head is my homie Iver. One of my best buddies, Iver, he's actually from Norway. Check out his Instagram account. Awesome, awesome content. My buddy Iver was one of my first mates or friends that I became friends with while traveling as a full-time creator, and I traveled a ton with Iver. We explored my favorite countries, specifically in Southeast Asia, from the Philippines, Indonesia, all the way to Thailand. Thailand was the very first adventure Iver and I went on, and after our first adventure, we could tell that we're gonna definitely do many more adventures and hang out much more in the future. So I'd say out of all the adventures that really stands out with Iver, unfortunately, it's not the very first time I met him in Thailand. We had one of the most epic journeys ever exploring Indonesia. So we actually explored Flores once, where we saw the Komodo dragons, and we explored East Java just literally like 6 days after the Flores trip. So it was such an epic trip all around in Indonesia. Now another big trip that I went on with Iver was to the Philippines. We love the Philippines. We went to Siargao. We met my buddy David up, and yeah, we explored Cresta de Gallo, Boracay. There's tons of islands that Iver and I explored, and tons of adventures that we've been on together, and yeah, that's some memories that I will never ever forget, and I will cherish forever. Back there. This is not the main reason why. This is definitely the main reason why. This is that's my main reason to come here. Yeah. I came here just for the tub. Now the next memory that really comes up to my mind is one that really stands out. It actually, he's someone that I followed and subscribed to before I quit my job. He was the one that inspired me to leave my job and do this full time. I'm actually friends with him now. Is Lost LeBlanc, Christian LeBlanc. So he is one of the biggest YouTube travel vloggers in the world. He has awesome content. I discovered him about 6 years ago, and then I met him officially, I think, for the very first time about 4.5 years ago in Bali with another mutual friend, Travel Fred or Freddy. He's from Germany. So I met Christian. I ended up taking him out to a few different dinners, like 4 or 5 days in a row. I had some collaboration, so it was literally 4 or 5 days in a row of collab-free dinners. Yeah, it was awesome meeting Christian. He was my inspiration that got me to quit my job to do this full time, to essentially meet my family. And yeah, we ended up meeting up a couple different times. I met him up in Bali. He came out to Thailand on a Chiang Mai trip. And yeah, he's a memory, and he's someone that has really changed my life significantly. And I think there's a little booth for us waiting. 7-Eleven run.
Toasty time.
Toasty time. So the next memories, let's say, that stands out are all the incredible projects, trips, collaborations, and beautiful properties and resorts all around the world that I've been able to stay at with my friends, and especially taking Rachael, Meaty, and Ollie the last 3-4 years. We're very blessed to be staying at all these places, at all these properties, and be working with all these brands. It's another thing that inspired me when I found the Lost LeBlanc channel. All these awesome properties, awesome hotels, awesome experiences that he was able to have around the world. I felt like if I was able to make YouTube videos or be creative, I would be able to do something similar to that. And I feel very blessed to be able to travel around the world and stay at incredible properties, beautiful 5-star resorts, Four Seasons, Intercontinentals, Rosewoods, you name it. When I first met Rachael, I asked her what's her bucket list, where her bucket list place is. And of course she said the Maldives. And I was even able to take Rachael, Meaty, and Ollie to the Maldives just a few months ago too. All right guys, so number 2, the second memory that stands out in the last 4.5 years. I guess I am going down on a list. It's like a top 5 list. The second memory that stands out is the birth of Ollie. So the birth of Ollie, June 14th, 2020, was the most beautiful day of my life. I'm never gonna forget that day. Yeah, it was very emotional. it was very beautiful. Ollie was everything I ever wanted, honestly. Like he's words can't describe how incredible and emotional that day was. I had a GoPro on my head. I filmed the whole thing. The last 2 years after having Ollie has been just it's been a roller coaster. It's been a lot of learning, of course, especially for me, but it's been some of the most beautiful memories I've created in my entire life with Ollie and the family. And I'm looking forward to bringing Ollie to Michigan, where I grew up. I'm gonna be training him, playing tennis with him, and showing him all around. But June 14th, 2020, I will never ever forget the day Ollie was born, and I'm honestly speechless. Just that day was just it was so slow and so quick at the same time, and it was such a flash, but the memories were absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love Ollie, and I'm really excited to start my family and start everything over and start a new chapter out in Michigan. And that's gonna lead to the number 1 memory that stands out in the last 4.5 years, and that's meeting Rachael, my wife. Now, there's a funny story that kinda lies behind how I met her, and I'm gonna let you guys know finally now, and the honest truth behind it. So, when I met Rachael, the very first video I created with her was on Vesak Day out here in Thailand. I actually have that vlog, and I'll put a link below if you guys wanna watch it. But I met Rachael, and in that vlog, I explained how I met her. I think I said something like, we were friends from school or something like that from back in the day when we were meeting up. Now that story was told because of her parents. We didn't want her parents, sorry Mom and Dad, we didn't want her parents to know that we met on Tinder. And yes, Rachael swiped right, I swiped right on her, and it's history from there. She's my Tinderella, and yes, that's how we met on Tinder officially. It's not us knowing each other in the past. That was a story that we told our parents, or we told her parents at least. It was through officially Tinder, and I met Rachael. I remember one of my buddies I was traveling with, Dustin, he was going on many different dates, swiping right on all these countries that we're traveling to, but I was posting vlogs, editing, filming, I didn't have time. But in Thailand, I just wanted to go on a date. Rachael was the second date that I went on, and it was history from there. Yeah, I moved in with her a few months later, and we have a beautiful family, which we're finally moving out to Michigan now, moving out to the US after 4.5 years. This is still a surreal moment for me. But those are some of the memories that really stood out to me. Meeting Rachel was the ultimate, the top one. And that all, again, couldn't have happened if a little inspiration from Christian LeBlanc, Lost LeBlanc. You ready, Meaty? All right, we're about to board our flight, 13 hours back to Detroit. I'm really excited for this. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Rachel's parents, Rachel's family friends who helped us this morning. Rachel's parents drove us all the way to the airport, helped us with the bags, everything. And it was a sad goodbye, but huge shout out to you guys. We're gonna miss you guys. And yeah, we're about to board. See you guys in Detroit in 13 hours. Coincidentally, that's our zip code to our house too, in Michigan. And it's gate 248. You ready, baby? Let's do it. Mommy's super tired.
Miss Mommy, it's purple. Purple. Miss Mommy's purple.
Welcome to Michigan, Ollie. Welcome to Michigan, guys. Welcome to Michigan. Woo. All right, you guys, what a day. Meaty is with me and we have officially made it back to Michigan. As you guys might see, it's freaking cold. It's literally like 6 degrees on my phone. That's what it says. We need to do some winter shopping. So we just did a ton of unpacking. We had so much stuff that we were packing over the last few days. Rachel was literally struggling packing last night before we got on the flights, just hours before. But we have tons of stuff that we unpacked. I need to go shopping though and get some winter clothing, but we made it back to Michigan. We're in downtown Royal Oak. So this is actually pretty close to where my parents are at. A little thing that we're doing, we're gonna stay with my parents for the first few months. We wanna buy a house. So we want to look, especially the fact that Rachel's never been to Michigan, we wanna look for the first few months. We wanna do a little shopping, and then we wanna buy a house. So we're sticking with my parents just for a few months until we buy a house. And yeah, I'm in downtown Royal Oak. I'm actually gonna be having an office down here to run my mentor program, I believe, in just a few weeks. And this is like the main spot with all the coffee shops. There's tons of different restaurants. I literally grew up in this neighborhood, and this is like my old stomping grounds. And yeah, I'll be down here. You'll probably be seeing tons of videos down here and from Royal Oak. My office again will be right around the block. And yeah, this is hopefully the end of the vlog. This is the end of this video. Making it from Thailand all the way to the US, specifically Michigan, with tons of Michigan content, Midwest content. Still will be traveling a ton, so I hope you guys stick around. We'll hopefully be going to Mexico very soon. That is the goal, to keep with tropical vibes. But if you guys have been following the channel for the last 4.5 years, thank you so much for following along this journey from Southeast Asia all the way back to Michigan. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys are brand new to the channel. Smash the like button if you guys have been following for a while, and also comment down below maybe if you guys are brand new to the channel, or if you guys have been following since 4 or 5 years ago when I left the United States. I personally haven't been in Michigan since I was 25. I lived in New York and California before I made this big move to Southeast Asia, but I'm super happy to be back for Meaty. I love the mask, and Ollie, who's back at home with mommy and daddy. So with mommy and Da, which is my dad, yeah, and Mama, which is my mom in Chinese. That's how you say it. So she's back there with my parents. But super happy to be back here with my parents. Super happy to show you guys Royal Oak. Super stoked for the kids to have awesome education and everything back here in Michigan. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. You know what to do, right, Meaty?
Subscribe, like, comment, whatever you like.
See you guys soon.